There's this idea that you have to live two lives. I've heard this all over YouTube, that there's this 9 to 5 you, and then there's this 5 to 9 you. The first one of those is kind of like for your employer, or, you know, in a professional sense. And the second one being just focusing on your dreams, better you, entrepreneur. But what if that approach is all wrong? What if those skills that you build in your personal time actually transform the way you approach your professional life? When those two converge, something very powerful happens. A while back, I started this YouTube channel. If you go back and look at my first video and look at this video, you will see significant improvement. Honestly, I have miles to go before I could say, okay, yeah, my videos are top tier. I mean, I've made approximately 30 videos, but you can watch the improvement from the first video to the 30th. These skills that I've begun to acquire doing this, I've actually been able to translate in a professional environment. So I get to do things like lead global town halls professionally, or give trainings to, you know, my team or others at work. If I'm able to convey this messaging in a very simple way for extremely complex information on YouTube, then that translates very well for me to improve my skill set professionally. So now I have two things going for me: the education I'm getting as I progress through creating this content, but I'm also able to apply it professionally. But really didn't end there. You know, I'm working on a doctorate of strategic leadership, and that is not a requirement for my position. It's something that I wanted to do. And as I go through that, I'm actually learning skills in leadership, and I'm able to apply those real time. There's things that, you know, we'll study at school. I'm working on my research on conflict right now. I'm able to look at things from the lens of I'm experiencing it. That's one thing. When you go to school, there's a lot of bridging the gap between theory and practicality. I'm able to look at the theory and actually look at, this is where I've seen it, this is where I am seeing it right now, so it's real to me. And I'm able to take this information and actually learn, okay, how can I be a better leader? How can I be a better mentor? How can I be better for my team, for those leaders around me? This helps me actually translate those skills. It doesn't have to be about choosing one or the other. I think it's a beautiful thing when you're able to take multiple elements of your life and actually converge them, so that, hey, I'm getting better here and it's going to make me better here. I'm getting better here, it's going to make me better here. If you look at some of the things I've learned from an emotional intelligence standpoint as a leader, I think those things make me a better father and a better husband. So I sit down, I'm able to process things different. I'm able to have a very different conversation than I was able to have years ago with my family. Now, the real, you know, say aha moment for me in this predicament was I had to create a video to explain some of our strategic objectives at work. And typically you have somebody else, you know, record those videos, help you through the process, through the editing. And I said, you know what, I want to do my own video. I want to do this myself. I actually went into the office on a Saturday, actually brought up a introductory video for CapCut by Anthony Gallo from Content Creators. And I started kind of generating a script based on some of the questions they wanted me to answer for the strategic objective. But I went in there and went through all the steps that Anthony had taught me throughout that video real time, and I was able to apply. I was able to apply all kind of things, graphics, B-roll, all kind of stuff to make the video a little bit more engaging. I was able to also go through and learn how to edit, you know, move out some of the ums and ahs or the silent spots within the video so that it was efficient. But it actually was one of the longer videos of all the leaders, but I received some great feedback. You know, I was able to convey something very complex in a manner that a lot of people could understand. They were telling me they were leading in, you know, by the end of the video. And that not only, you know, made me feel really good because it was my first video like that, but the other thing about it was it took me over 3 hours to get to that point. It was only a 7 to 8 minute video. I say that because you have to understand I lack competency in this area. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard, but that allowed me to actually display a skill set that people see. And at the end of the day, that's how it works professionally too. People will look to you for results. They don't care what it took. They don't care that it took you 5 minutes, 2 hours, 5 hours. They care about the result. They care about the return. And that's the beautiful thing about it is now I'm able to do this in a matter of minutes. I'm making videos right now during my walk to the bus stop, and those videos I'll record probably about 4 or 5 minutes. It's about a 25-minute ride to work, so I'm able to actually edit during my bus ride to get that down to like a YouTube short that's about a minute and a half. That just shows, okay, you just got to get the reps in. You got to get the reps in. And it also shows that, hey, this is something here that it's making me better as a content creator. However, it's also making me better as a leader. It's making me better as a teacher, as a mentor. I'm able to get in front of a larger crowd and explain things in a way that, hey, you know, I understand when I talk, the words that I say are not the end goal. The end goal is to actually gather a response from people. I need them to feel confident in what we're doing. I need them to understand clearly where we are, the good and the bad. I need them to feel motivated in this setting. And once you actually understand those type of things, I'm able to take the learning from what I'm doing right here and actually translate that professionally. So don't get trapped in people telling you like, oh my gosh, you need to work on you. They don't care about you. Look, we're all expendable. I'll tell you that right now. Every one of us, we're expendable. What you need to do though is understand, look, you find a passion, you find teams you care about me. Right now, I have no plans of saying, oh my gosh, I want to go do this full time and I don't want to work. I love what I do. I love our purpose. I love the team I work with. I like to actually deliver this information. I like to share this knowledge that I've gained. And I feel that this right here is actually making me a better me. It's making Jonesy a better Jones. So I want to challenge you to rethink that narrative of, I need to focus on one thing from the 9 to 5 and something else in the 5 to 9. Tell me one skill you want to learn in your personal life that can make you better professionally. And it's not a one-way street. Think about the things that you can be working on professionally that's going to make you better in your personal venture. Know in the comments below. I love to hear your story. And if you're on a journey to growth, then please consider subscribing.